Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome back to the Voluptuous Brain podcast. I'm here with my co-hosts Jensen and Harrison. How you boys doing today?
Well, first off, I just want to say thanks for having us, Logan.
It's my
a
pleasure.
real pleasure.
No, my pleasure.
And I'm doing well, thank you.
That's good. How about you, Jensen?
The children are great.
That's good. Okay, so I was for the podcast today. I was getting some viewership here, and one of my viewers, GlipGlop49, asked the question: can killing ever be moral? Now, what do you boys think?
Well, it's a coincidence because I have a whole page of notes on this.
Really?
For my notes, and I say yes, killing can be moral, but the key word here is like can, because there's obviously exceptions to rules about this, like killing being moral.
I would say mostly killing, usually is always moral. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
I feel like we should first talk about the definition of moral.
Hit us with it.
On Google, moral means the concern with the principles of right and wrong behavior and the goodness or badness of human character.
Just what I was thinking.
Right. So it's if someone has high morals, they're concerned for other people, like human personality, and they're not like selfish, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have a few scenarios of examples of when somebody would be killing someone, and the first one I have is self-defense. Would you consider that moral?
I would. Now, let me paint you a picture here, right? You come home from a long day at work and you find out your house has been broken into and there's just a big man there and he's attacking you. Now when you deck this man in the face and then hit him with the uppercut and then just, and you kill him, I'd say that was self-defense, and it's either kill or be killed,
Right. Yeah.
In that situation, I feel like if he's trying to hurt you or your family, it depends on your morals, if you like different beliefs and whatnot, but I feel like most people would defend themselves, and I feel like that would be moral.
Right. I mean, like, if you kill them, that's one life gone. If they kill you, that's one life gone.
But
like,
your life is more important.
I mean, I don't know, but I would think so.
Yeah.
I would be kind of selfish in that way, thinking that I deserve to live on, rather than this guy who's breaking into my house.
Now, let me ask you this. So, let's say the guy broke into your house, you get him on the ground, right?
Right?
He's passed out, but you don't stop. You just keep hitting him until he dies. Is that moral then?
I would say no. If he's detained, then I feel
But
like...
he wronged you.
Okay,
like
let me
an eye for an eye.
Let me
thing.
ponder you with this. I looked up the law of self-defense, okay? It says self-defense law requires the response to match the level of the threat in question. That means if he killed one of your family members or trying to kill you, the response of that threat is what you could put back on him. But if he's like just standing there, hasn't done really much, and you put him down and he's passed out already, I feel like calling the cops would be more important than actually killing him.
Yeah, I mean, that's two different views, I guess. Okay, so
let's see.
what else you got here?
Well, the next one is war. Can killing be moral in war?
I feel like it depends on your views. A lot of different religions and beliefs of different things goes against war or goes with war, because I feel like it's also protecting our country from threats, just like what I looked up here. It's defending us. It's kind of like self-defense in a way from other countries.
Yeah, like the thing about war is like, I think the real question is like, can war be avoided just in general? Like, is war really necessary? Like, should these people just have like a civil conversation instead? Like, but like if they were in a war somehow, if not, then I think it is because like you're protecting by killing like the people, like you're saving a ton more lives that could be killed.
Now that's a good point here, and I would say I would also agree with war being moral, because like it leads back to self-defense and like kill or be killed. You know, you're out in the field, you're taking out soldiers left and right, and then someone comes up on you. You know, they try to get you. You know, you gotta take out their gun and yeah.
Right. Well, the next point then is kind of along the same lines of the past two. Revenge for killing someone else or someone close. So, like, let's say somebody killed a close family member. Would you think it is right to go and then kill them yourself?
No, that's against the law. But I also don't feel like that's moral either. Because you're not defending yourself. You're basically just having revenge for another person and killing them because of that, which is wrong to like the law, but also wrong, I feel like, to anyone that believes in that.
But what if they're, you know, let's just say you come home and your entire family gone, dead, and one guy, he's not gonna go to jail or anything. The cops, you know, tied in close with him, right? Corrupt system. Do you think it's moral to take him out, give him the justice he deserves? Like, he wiped out your whole family, and he's not going to get any justice from the police or anyone else, just you. Is that moral?
Would you want to risk your own life doing that? Like, being left in prison for the rest of your life for killing this one
Sure.
guy?
I mean, this isn't like a
family.
cartoon, like Spider-Man.
Yeah,
These things happen all the time.
I feel like police aren't corrupt, first of all.
Well,
And even if they were, I would say the best thing is just to move on, because
just move on. This man killed your
I
family.
mean, we're not in a
All of
crime
them.
scene here. It's not like a movie, TV show. Like, this
Things
is real
happen
life.
that stuff happens all the time.
I don't think so.
Or it used to happen all the time. But either way, is that moral?
I would say
Probably
no.
not.
All right. Well,
Okay.
the next one is putting someone out of their misery. Like, let's say like someone's like dying and they're like struggling, right? Like, is it okay like to just like kill them, like shoot them, so that they don't have to suffer while they die?
It's kind of like an animal. If you like hit a deer or something and they're suffering, I feel like it's better just to put them out of their misery. But with people, I don't know. I feel like it's a different story. Like, they have their own, like, they are responsible for their own lives. So if they tell you no, like if they're able to talk or whatever, and they tell you no, then you can't, obviously. But if I think the best thing would do is just call 911 or something. I feel like it wouldn't be moral just to end them on the spot.
Well, what if it's like a close
A
relative?
lot of what ifs with you, Logan.
We gotta put it into perspective, you know. So a close relative, you know, is in the hospital, right? They're on their deathbed, and they're like, please, I'm just in pain.
Then I feel like that's moral.
But it's also
'Cause-
illegal.
No. If they're already in the hospital and they're saying they're in pain, you can tell the doctors that they don't want to be alive anymore.
The doctors still
And
can't do anything.
they have their choice. The person in the bed that
Not
said,
all the time.
Well, I don't think that's true. I know, like, there's like the like do not resuscitate, where like the patient can ask like if they're like going into like some situation where they would need like CPR, like the doctors won't give them to them because they asked earlier not to resuscitate them.
yeah. So it's your choice. The doctors do what you want. They can't do what they want.
Well, yeah.
They just tell you what the best option is.
So I would say that putting someone out of your misery, I would say that's not moral.
Yeah, I
would
don't
say,
think that would be moral either.
I would say it might be moral.
You love
Explain that,
to
Logan.
disagree, don't you?
Explain that.
Well-
Why do you think it's moral?
Let's just say, you know, they're in a lot of pain. They really just don't want to be there, you know. Who am I to say no, I won't kill you because you want me to? You
Well,
know?
if they want you to.
Well, that's
that's a
putting them out
different
of their
story.
misery.
What if they
miserable,
can't talk? What if they're like literally dying on the spot and they can't speak?
just make it a little sooner.
See, I don't agree with that. That would be illegal.
Okay, so next one.
All right. Well, this is gonna be interesting topic for what Logan has to say, but suicide, is that moral? Is killing yourself moral? Logan, do you think it's okay for people to kill themselves?
Well, you gotta think about it. People have mental health issues, right?
Right.
And they can't help but, want to, maybe. I'm not an expert on psychology.
But do you think they should get,
special...
treatment?
Well, there's scenarios where it is moral, like a
Really?
Okay, there's a story I heard, right? It's a real true story. This mom had cancer, right, and she had a baby,
Uh-huh.
and the mom was gonna cripple away, dissolve years, and she didn't want her child to experience this. So, she had 1 year, and she didn't have 1 year to live. She had 5 years to live, but she spent 1 year, took off work, spent all the time with her child. They went to Disney and everything, and then after that year, she got doctor-assisted suicide, which is when the doctor,
Right.
That's moral because
yeah.
that's with a doctor. I just looked it up and
That's more.
it doesn't say it's not. It doesn't say it's illegal, but it say it's discouraged. So
In some states, I know it's illegal, 100%.
yeah.
I mean,
but,
I feel like that situation would be more of putting someone out of their misery.
Well, but she decided herself that she wanted to.
Yeah, but
Right.
what are they gonna do? Charge you with arrest? You're already dead.
Well, they would charge the doctor.
No, if you committed suicide.
Oh, yeah.
And if it's illegal, what are they gonna do? Put you in jail?
They might.
I know. That I feel like.
But I say that's one of the only situations where it could be moral. Otherwise, it's just...
This is such a hard question because moral, the use of moral in this question is your beliefs. Moral is what you think is right and wrong. What it's not this is right and wrong. It's what you think is right and wrong. So you could think that, I cannot think that. It's such a hard question to answer.
It's your opinion, basically. And everyone, they deserve their own opinion.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So what do you think, Harrison? You never really answered.
I don't think suicide is moral. I know people might think that, but I feel like they don't realize that there's more help out there that they can get to preventing suicide than actually having suicide.
Now, do you think to the people who commit suicide, do you think to them it would be moral?
Well, I don't know. I don't know everybody's situation and why, but I would say no. But if I were to look into their backgrounds,
reasons,
maybe I can change my mind.
Gotcha.
So do we want to move on to the next topic?
Yeah, I'm hearing something.
Yeah.
Something. Pipe work, probably baking time or something.
Maybe Jensen's typing on the computer again. So our next topic is
Death sentence.
Death sentence.
Okay.
Who
I think it's moral?
Who wants to start?
I'll start it.
All right,
Yes.
Eric.
Death
Yeah.
sentence 100%.
Yes.
Death
Yeah.
sentence 100% is moral. I think especially if you committed murders, and you got death sentence, which I think is one of the only reasons you can get it. I mean, yeah, get those criminals out of here is what I say. More room in the jails.
I don't know how full jails get, and if
They get pretty full.
do you have any sources?
No.
Well, I don't know if they're crammed all the time and they're needing to get people out. But if not, I feel like they could say that the death sentence is not moral and that they should. And I think that we should not kill people and that life sentences are better. First off, it's probably worse to be living your life
In jail
for an entire time than to just have no life.
I believe it's moral, but it's also on your view. Kind of, on your view of life, because a lot of people I know don't think it's moral, and that they believe that the person should have a second chance.
Right.
But I believe that what they have done is like so outrageous. You know, it's so like I feel like there's no go back. You know, there's no like second chance for you.
I feel like the thing with the death sentence though is that like you never know, like what if the person was innocent and they said they were guilty,
Should've
like
got a
that
better
person
lawyer.
just died, and
That's their choice. That goes back to the suicide one, actually.
What?
If they said they were guilty or whatever, and they weren't. Is that true? What you said?
No, he meant like if they were accidentally accused.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
I believe that cops do a lot of research. And
well, I know that happened before. Like a
I
couple
see
days
what you're
later, they
saying, yeah.
figured out.
Well, not a couple days.
No, I like was reading this one thing or watching a documentary, and this one guy, he got the death sentence, and like a week later, they were like, "Oh, that guy was innocent."
Good point, Logan. That was a good point.
I don't know. I just think that I wouldn't want to kill someone for the death sentence to later find out that they were innocent and that you can't go back.
But how often does that happen? Like, we got one story. I feel like their research and their investigations are good enough.
Yeah.
To
Well, I
prove-
also think that the death sentence, like, not a lot of people like get the death sentence. Like, you have to do something like really bad,
Exactly.
you know. So like, how do you even like mistake, get a mistake
like
like
if
that?
they killed like
Like
200
Ted Bundy.
people, how do you mistake that?
What about
Yeah.
like the death sentence for like teenagers? Like they've had teenagers killed for the death sentence.
I don't
Is that-
think.
What did they do then?
Well, it depends how old they are. Like, if they're tried as an adult, because they can't give kids the death sentence
Yeah, I'm not sure
unless
they
they're
can do
tried
that
as an adult. So they have
unless
to be
they're
like
over 18.
16. Well, you can be tried as an adult if you're like 16 or
Oh,
17.
really?
If they think,
Come in.
come in.
Oh, dang, we have to take that out now.
I don't know.
Just open the door,
Just keep
Harrison.
talking.
I'll take this. No, I'll
I'll-
take this out. I'll cut it.
Yeah, just
You
cut
guys
this
keep-
out. We'll cut this out. It was at 17, we'll cut out 17.
Is this for me?
It is.
We can record this on the podcast. What is it?
It is a note.
Am I going to the eye doctor's? Report now to the attendance office.
Now?
Oh god.
Wait, let's
I'll be
finish
back.
this.
No,
Let's
wait.
finish this.
No, we can't
No.
finish this.
It's fine. 5 minutes.
Yeah, we have like only like one more topic.
I just want to talk about. I feel like the bottom one is we're gonna take this out anyways, but abortion. That's a good topic to talk about because
But
a lot
this
of
is-
people.
I
A
just-
lot of people are confident.
Right,
But it's just to the
And then-
attendance office. Like,
Yeah,
I'll
go,
be
go.
back in like
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Oh, then here.
You guys can
Wait,
talk about
yeah,
it.
we'll just keep talking.
Just tell me.
We'll go on to killing animals, and then when Logan gets back, we'll
Okay.
So, killing animals, moral or not moral?
Okay. This I feel like is some people too would like a joke question because if you're a hunter, this would be kind of a stupid question for you, but
Uh-huh.
I believe would be moral only because if you look at the world and everyone in it, there is so many cases of like them either killing deers or anything. They honestly are the owner of their pets or whatever, so they decide if it's time, if they want to be put down and stuff, such. I mean, they don't. I mean, this is kind of a stupid point, but animals don't have a say,
Right.
Because they can't say.
And I don't think animals are the same. I think people treat animals like humans, but I don't think people should. Like we kill animals for like enjoyment, like hunting
Yeah.
and eating food. Like I think that we use animals to have happy lives, and I think that it's okay to kill.
Yeah, I mean, if
is moral.
one day the government decided that killing animals wasn't moral, I mean, our food intake in the world would go down so bad that I don't think it would feed a lot of people in this world. And even if they just say they decided that killing animals wasn't moral anymore or wasn't allowed, like a law or something, okay? I feel like a lot of states would go against that and it would cause like kind of like a disagreement between the countries. So I feel like, I mean, it's not even worth it, you know?
Yeah.
Should we go for Logan now?
Do you want to talk about anything else, or is that Logan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get?
I was in close contact with someone who was quarantined.
Oh God.
Who tested positive.
Well, I'm glad we're getting
But
this
I'm
on.
fully vaccinated, so all I have to do is wear a mask.
Well, it's a good thing that you are vaccinated.
Okay, so we are talking about.
We
You're gonna have to
just
cut this out because
finished up
you
killing
just walked in and stuff. But
No, this could be like uncut.
uncut. Let's go.
Uncut
Okay.
version. Listen,
Yeah, we're
guys,
talking about-
I'm gonna die.
Killing
We're talking about killing animals. Is it more? What do you think?
Do you-
Okay, so cutting back to what we were just talking about, I think killing animals is moral.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
you got hunters out there who need to eat. You got people, who don't like their pets, all these things.
I don't think killing somebody just because they don't like pets. I don't think killing pets is moral, but
But what if it's like really annoying?
then you could sell it.
Okay.
What if no one wants it?
Which-
Like,
Killing-
a little thing here.
Logan, I
I
don't-
read this nice story called A Drowning Incident by this nice man named Cormac McCarthy. And in the thing, they couldn't take care of these puppies and they didn't want them, so they killed them. Was that moral? I think so.
It's like I said, moral, hard question to answer because it's what you believe in. But
Look,
I have a strong, I have a strong feeling against that, which you
Yeah.
shouldn't kill an animal if you're not gonna actually use it for your
Logan,
survival.
if you
I feel
didn't like your pets, would you kill them? Honestly,
No.
Okay.
So next
Oh, you
question.
said that now.
Very weird.
I didn't.
Weirdly. All right. Last question added by Jensen. Abortion, is that moral?
Well, that gets back onto the art if your pets are annoying, right? Now, if you don't want a kid or you
What?
can't take care of a kid, like you don't want or can't take care of a pet, I think you should just be able to get rid of it.
I wouldn't necessarily agree with Logan, but I do think abortion is moral because I think that having to suffer with, well, I don't know if suffer's the right word, but be like having to deal with
I see what you mean. If it's a young kid, I mean,
there are
it's
a lot to
based
handle.
based on
No.
dumb decisions. Okay, that's a complete dumb decision if you're a young kid. But if you are stuck with that, and you're not able to take care of it, I mean, I guess it's a. But you could always put it up for adoption. I mean, it's not
Yeah, but-
a life changing,
But also, how much does
Situation.
pregnancy cost?
That's also what having to have.
But how much does abortion cost?
I mean, there's many ways, probably, to get rid
I mean, if you're thinking in terms of having to raise a child, abortion would be the much cheaper
Okay.
option.
Well, even, I think, also pregnancy, it makes you eat more, I think. So that you're also spending more money on food. So that's also a cost.
Okay, let me say something. If you talked about that killing innocent lives is not moral, right? We just agreed with that a few minutes ago. But
Sure.
do you believe that that child is innocent? So
Well,
is that necessarily killing an innocent
going back
child?
to killing animals, those were innocent animals.
But I feel like it's different. Like animals and kids, we're killing animals all the
thing
time.
is-
You see the amount of meat we have in USA.
The thing
Oh,
is,
so good,
that
right.
technically, it's not a kid; it's a fetus, and I don't think a fetus is the same thing.
Yeah,
as a
can't
child.
you not have an abortion unless if you're like 6 months into pregnancy?
I would say yeah. I don't.
I think you have to be
think-
3 months in, and then
Yeah, that's-
after that you're cut off because
I agree with
that's
that.
when the baby starts to breathe or something.
Okay.
So, anybody else have any final comments?
What was I gonna say? So killing most of the time is moral, I would say. Just if we're gonna wrap this up, that's what I would say. Like a good portion of the time.
I feel like it's kind of split. Like I feel like there's a lot of situations where it's okay, but there's also a lot of situations, like obviously like murdering somebody in cold blood.
I read this book once, right? And it was called The Road by Cormac McCarthy.
You like that Cormac McCarthy?
Yeah. Well, these people were eating each other, right?
Right.
Because because they had to survive. Now, is that moral? Is killing for survival moral?
That's a good question. In that case, it depends again on what you believe. Because in the book,
yes.
the kid, yeah, I think didn't it talk about him having a strong relationship with like God and how he believed in him.
Sure.
So if that was the kid, then seeing someone being eaten by another being, I feel like it's, his opinion on whether it's moral or not moral, because those people that are eating the other people, I'm guessing that they probably thought it was moral, because they believe in it.
Well, we should also make it clear that in this book, there's no other animals to eat, right? It's either people or you find canned food, and finding canned food, that's hard.
Right.
So I think that eating people in that situation would be moral.
The only problem is like you're eating someone else, but why do you deserve to eat them? Why don't
I'm
they?
better than them.
How so?
I just am.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's for survival, so I don't really.
I think everyone thinks they're better than someone else.
Chess game over who's gonna win.
Like Harrison, think about it. I would eat you if it came down to it,
Right,
and I bet
of
you would
course.
eat me if it came down to it. I mean, if you wouldn't, that's fine.
All right. Well, I think we learned
Okay.
a lot.
Well, thank you guys again for coming to my podcast.
I think we changed a lot. I feel like Logan has changed a lot.
I feel like I don't
out
want
of
to sit
this.
by Logan anymore.
Yeah.
Let's just say I think you guys are great for coming on my podcast.
Well,
Your podcast, man.
No, thank you for having us. Logan.
Yeah, we are.
We're all having dinner together, right? Later at 22
I don't know if we
boys.
should with your situation. Now.
Oh, you shouldn't eat meat though, because you don't believe in it.
What?
You don't believe in moral killing.
I eat meat.
No, you should stop eating meat then,
Why?
because it's an innocent.
I don't care. It's good.
Logan,
Okay.
I think we found out that Logan sounds to be.
I'm a good person, and thank you guys for listening. Bye.